Alright, so I wanted to share the little story of me finding BJDs. I've always seen them, to be honest, on AliExpress, because I buy a lot from AliExpress, all kinds of stuff, mostly clothes. And while I was browsing, it was showing up now and then, but I always ignored them. I mean, I saw that they were pretty and cute, but they were quite expensive and out of my league, so I never really paid attention to it because I knew I couldn't afford them. And like this year, I graduated university at last, and I started working, and I got my paycheck, and I got tempted to check out stuff that I never did before. And that's how I think it all started. It just popped up and I clicked on it, and that's all it took. Just me clicking on it and falling in love. Yes, it all started with Elena. I think it's called DBS Dream Fairy, but I always thought it was called Dream Fairy, and I thought it was super cute. But later I scrolled down and I'm pretty sure I saw the whole title saying Dream Fairy Tale, so I suppose that's their real name, and they're not dream fairies, but I still like to think that they are because I think it's very magical. But anyways, so from the collection there was this one, Elena. I'm pretty sure they all have the same faces, but for some reason Elena just, I don't know, it was just that vibe that she had. It completely attracted me, I don't know, I just felt like that she's beautiful, the most beautiful angel I've ever seen. And I completely fell in love. But as I said, it is a costly business, and I thought, wow, this is a lot of money. Should I really spend this much money on a doll? I was thinking about it for a while, because I did love Elena a lot, but she had some not very good traits. Like I think this collection is actually kind of more of the cheap side. It's made out of this lighter and more thin plastic. They also have, I think, two versions. One of them can be customized and one of them cannot be. And I absolutely fell in love with the one that cannot be customized, and I just couldn't feel the same vibe from the customizable doll. I don't know why. I just felt like that is Elena. I cannot change her. That is her. But I did like the whole customization thing, and I also learned that there's this other material called resin that people usually use in like more expensive dolls. And so I set out to look around, like if I'm willing to pay this much money for a doll, then I should probably get a doll that is a little bit better quality and customizable. So I set out and started to look around for another doll that felt like it could be as pretty as Elena. But it was not easy. Like, I checked so many dolls, but none of them really had the vibe that made me, obsessed with it or something like that. And after a while I found one. It was a Littlemonica Rosalind. It was a custom doll of it, and I completely fell in love with her, very similarly as with Elena. And I loved her very mysterious aura and this long stare into the distance. I don't know, there's just something very magical and mysterious about it. I loved it. But later on I learned that these dolls are actually recasts, and they're actually a lot cheaper than the original ones, and it's actually not really nice to buy them. I mean, I don't really want to say it's not nice buying them. It's more like it's not nice of the company making them, copying the original ones. So I really wouldn't want to blame anyone for buying them, to be honest. And partly, probably, it's because I'm one of them, yes. Yeah, which is not very reasonable, I suppose. But anyways, it's still a recast, but it costs so much, and it's of course like a lot cheaper than the original one, but it was still so much that I knew that this is completely out of my league. The Rosalind doll, I mean, you know, even the like Eleanor type of dolls felt like they cost so much, and this doll was like 3 times this price, and I was like, no. I think I cannot do that. There is no way. So I had to say no to that, and that was a bit of a bummer. But I thought, okay, I'm gonna look around in the same brand, and maybe they have this mysterious thing going on, and I can find something that is similar. And I did find one which was, you know, like less expensive, mostly because it's a smaller doll, and to be honest, that is so much better in my opinion. I have to say I was intimidated by the size of the dolls. Like both Rosalind and Eleanor, it's just like, oh my god, they're so big. They're like 60 centimeters. I don't know, it's too much for me. So I found this doll which was actually smaller, and that was, you know, a lot better for me, cheaper, and but still had a kind of similar aura. It was of course different in their face, but they had this similar aura of this stare that just love. I think she has more of an endearing smell? Endearing stare, I suppose. I don't know if I should call that, but yeah, I like it. It's not the same, but it's the vibe I like. So yeah, I completely fell in love with her as well. I think it became actually more of a attraction than with Rosalind. And this doll was called Bear, which is, what is this name? I don't know. It was just like, why? I really loved the other names, like Eleanor, Rosalind. I was completely in for it to name my doll like that as well, if I were to get it. But Bear, no. It's not working. No. I don't really get it. I did read up on the lore later on, but I found out of the originals, and they have this little comic that is really cute, a cute idea, I think. And in the lore, she's actually a boy, so it's a he, and I didn't know about it either. I mean, it did have a boyish vibe at times, but you know, they uploaded only custom dolls, custom faces, which I think is a good thing, because it's nice to see different makeups with these faces. I think it's very good to see, because the original makeup I actually don't really like. I don't know. So it's a guy, and supposedly, according to the lore, he's actually like a servant to Rosalind, which was a really funny thing. Like, oh, they're connected, not just in my mind. But yeah, cool. So I found this doll, and yeah, I really grew to like it. And this was my completely first attempt to buying anything like this, and it was a very exciting little thing. You know, asking for a custom face up. It was pretty nice. I actually asked for that Rosalind custom face up I saw before. I sent them as a reference. I only wanted to change the eyebrows because I didn't like them. She looked kind of mad, so I sent a different one. I also wanted them to be light brown because I wanted her to have a blonde hair. And the waiting started, and it was horrible. It was horrible. It was such a fast shipment. I'm not sure, like usually it takes like at least a month for AliExpress packages to arrive, and it took like 3 weeks. It was so fast. But it was, I don't know, it felt like it was eternity. Every day I checked her picture of what they sent me multiple times. And I checked it, I was like, oh my god, I wish she was here already. Like, I know some people are waiting for these shipments for like half and a whole year or so. And I cannot even imagine that kind of emotional struggle. I don't know, it was really hard for me for some reason. And I'm so happy she arrived this fast. When she arrived, it was kind of weird. Like, oh my god, is she here? What? What's gonna happen to my daily ritual of checking her? Oh yeah, I can just do that in person now. Great. So she arrived, and it's a beauty. It's a one of a kind, beautiful thing. it's awesome. So I'm gonna show the unboxing video now, which is not much of a amazing experience, but I wanted to make an unboxing video because while I was waiting for her, I actually watched a ton of unboxing videos to keep myself occupied, and it was such a nice, heartwarming thing to be happy with others and imagine like it's gonna happen to me too. Oh my god. So I wanted to make one too. Maybe someone wants to live it through with me. Yeah, here it is. So I was worried about a few things about the doll, you know, being a recast. I was worried that maybe it's the skin color, because, you know, right, recasts tend to be a little bit different skin color as well, and I was worried that it's gonna be very yellowy or something like that. But it's pure white, and I'm so happy because it's beautiful. I really, really like it. I think it fits her super well. The face, I think, turned out just amazing. It's beautiful. I wasn't sure if I liked it when I saw it first on the picture, but then I fell in love with it more and more as time went by. And in person, it's so much different. Like, if anyone asks for a custom face up and they receive a picture and they are kind of disappointed in it, give yourself time and give yourself the experience to see it in person, because it's so much more like, it's very different than on picture, and it's much more prettier. I don't know, I'm just so amazed how pretty it is. I didn't ask for a body blushing. I don't really like it, to be honest, but I do think so that it would be nice to have a little bit of color on her hands or feet, because the hands are kind of, the fingers are kind of in all one, in a one piece, like they're not really separated, and I think a color could help separate it a bit more. And they came with another pair of hands that are closed, which is super nice. It's very cool. I wish there was a little bit of space between the fingers so I could actually put something in her hand or whatever. Another thing I was afraid of, gonna be strung too tight, because I saw that it's a pretty common thing. And she is a bit tight, but she is so well poseable. Like, she's keeping poses super nicely, and she can do so many things. I was seriously like surprised how many things she can do. She doesn't have a double joint in the knees, which is a bummer a bit, but it's okay because she can still pull off just so many poses. Like, I'm really proud of her. Good job. I've already made her some clothes. Her new pair of eyes and her wig arrived as well. She looks so pretty. And I really want to share that as well, but I think I'm gonna do it in another video. Thanks for anyone who watched this through. I don't know why you did it, but thanks. To be honest, mostly I do these kind of things as a diary, as my name suggests. Basically, I just want to make a little posts about what I do with this doll and what I'm planning to do. So yeah, I'll probably share a little bit more in the next video. Also, I almost forgot that her name is Rose. Yeah, I named her kind of after Rosalind because they're kind of connected but not the same. And I also think Rose is a super cute name, and I saw it in another advertisement of a doll, and I thought, oh, that's such a beautiful name to give a doll one. So I did it. So she's Rose. Bye!